Hello, everybody. Welcome back to yet another Bluesy Tuesday. And this week we asked the question, what the hell is blues and blues rock? And why the hell does it matter? Your answers are coming up next. You're listening to the Ludini Rock and Roll Circus, changing rock history, one podcast at a time. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Ludini Rock and Roll Circus, Bluesy Tuesday. And this week we're going to be talking about the sort of backstory of really what is blues rock, blues-based rock, and how it got so heavy, influenced heavy metal. I know that sounds like a big subject. We're going to try to keep this damn thing really short. I'm also going to do a little bit of jamming for you. We're going to edit that all together. You guys are going to really enjoy it. It's going to have fun. We're going to have a good time with it. You are listening to Ludini Rock and Roll Circus. Our website is ludinirockandrollcircus.com. Please check back often for more podcasts like Bluesy Tuesday, Wicked Riff Wednesday, the Hard Rock and Metal Circus, and all the interviews. There's tons of cool stuff there. So you can find that at ludinirockandrollcircus.com. There's also some very cool merch there, and even more cool merch about to happen, and you can find all about that at ludinirockandrollcircus.com. If you'd like to party with us live, like people like, who's hanging out with us tonight? We got Bill Thomas, Patrick Duff, Mike Contreras all hanging out with us live. If you'd like to hang out with us live, please go to LouLombardiMusic.com/Inner Circle. You can join my Inner Circle group there. There's a lot of cool benefits to that. There's exclusive music, exclusive video, exclusive conversation, more access. You can do that at LouLombardiMusic.com/Inner Circle. So let's take a quick tour around blues. And what is blues? Blues is a style of music that grew out of the Negro spiritual, which grew out of this sort of call and response songs that developed as slaves were working in the fields. They very often weren't allowed to talk to each other, so they would sort of sing across the field to each other. That eventually turned into spirituals, and then the sort of secular version of that became what is known as blues. The interesting thing about this music, without getting too technical, is very often to express emotion that you couldn't find out of in the regular diatonic scale, which is they would often distort some of the notes or bend some of the notes around or sort of sing semitones or tones that were in between the notes. So you would get something like this instead of, you would get something like this. Okay, so they would be messing around with the pitches a little bit, and that is really the genesis of the blues scale. Now there's a lot more to it. But this is a quick sort of whirlwind tour, as I promised, and I didn't want to get too technical. As it progressed, it went from blues to rock. Now, the sort of simplified explanation of that is blues is usually typically played with a shuffle feel, which is rock tends to flatten that chug 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 rhythm out to chin 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 chin. So it's more pounding. So it's more. So a rock version of the same thing would be more. Heavy influence with that 4 on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And so you combine that with, and basically you get the beginnings of blues rock, what ultimately ended up becoming hard rock as it developed with bands later on post Stones, as you got into bands like Cream, the Jimi Hendrix Experience, ultimately Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, and Black Sabbath took the blues scale and made it, you know, very, very heavy. And there's a lot of modern bands that are doing some very cool stuff with blues-based rock. And I'll do another podcast on maybe the top 5 modern blues rock bands that you need to know about. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to jam for you guys for a little bit. So this is a track from Elevated Jam Tracks. And actually, it looks like they just published this today or maybe a few days ago on September 29th. I love Elevated Jam Tracks. I'm going to put a link to them below in the video description. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're just listening, just search Elevated Jam Tracks on YouTube, and they do a great job. They're putting out tons of tracks all the time in a lot of different styles, but this is called Dirty Blues Guitar Backing Track Jam in E, and we'll put the link down in the description. But I'm going to rock out to this, and you guys can check it out. Here we go. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the jam a little bit there. If you have some questions or some things you'd like me to discuss on a future Bluesy Tuesday, please hit me up in the comments, either here on YouTube or on Facebook, or shoot me an email. I'm very easy to find. You can get a hold of me at my website, loulombardimusic.com/inner circle, or loudinirockandrollcircus.com. And check out all the cool stuff there. Drop me a line if you have any suggestions or something you want me to do in the future. There's a bluesy riff you want me to talk about. There's some aspect of great guitar-driven rock you need to know about, or there's a band you think I should know about. I love hearing from you guys. Just hit me up here, leave a comment, or send me an email. Email real quick is lou@loulombardimusic.com. Super to get a hold of. Super easy to get a hold of. Get in on my inner circle, because that's how you get to hang out with me live while I'm cutting these things. And there's all kind of cool stuff, all kind of after show stuff that we do with all our podcasts there, as well as exclusive music and exclusive video. And please remember to visit LouDiniRockAndRollCircus.com for all the Lou Dini stuff, including very awesome merchandise. Very awesome merchandise. I can't talk today. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you guys all on the next Lou Dini Rock and Roll Circus.